All right.
Oops.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, Danica.
You're not saying hi to me, but...
What's up, Wednesday?
What's up? Okay, here we go. I've got to share... Oh, what did I just do? I got to share you. I had it all set up to share. Oh, there you are. And,
We've been... We got off to a little bit of a rough start. Technologically
just because we were
speaking.
talking.
Yeah, well, blah, blah, blah. Oops, it's time. So, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
It's June. Can you believe that nonsense?
Oh, sorry, wet fingernails, and I just jacked my
June
thumb.
already.
Can't believe it's June, because June 30th I start having a crisis of the half year over thing. The years are flying.
June 30th, I'll be on... Hold on, I'm going to make sure that we're...
Hi, Mariana. Hey, Carlos.
Can you guys
Mariana.
see us? Oh, okay, yes, they can. All right. Excellent. All I saw was our cover image, and I was worried that somehow something was wrong, but we're good.
Okay, while you do that, I'm just going to keep painting this nail.
Yeah,
I'm polishing my nails.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, stop.
It'd be great if you could give us a share and a love and some comments.
I mean, and why wouldn't you?
Of course.
So we were just talking about, we were just talking prior to the show, and I said, and then I'm like, never mind, I'll save it to the show. Adam loves suspense. He loves when I make him wait for stuff. But my son, my senior in high school, went to the rehearsal for graduation, which is on Sunday, and came home with his cap and gown, his school file, all his stuff done. So happy. Getting through this last, I want to say 12 years, but it's really been like 14. This kid, more than any person, not just more than any of my children, but more than any person I've ever met in the world, including his mother, goes by the beat of his own drum. Goes by his own time period, time set, his own mindset, he does not let anybody get in there. He is his own, his universe is his own. And getting him through school, I can't even tell you. So Sunday is going to mark a very exciting
It is
time.
exciting. Then you've got one more, right?
I have one more. And getting, his brother, we didn't go through this process because he was playing hockey. So he finished high school online. He left after his sophomore year, or after his junior year.
Oh.
Right? Yes. And so he did his senior year online, and we just got a diploma in the mail. There was no cap and gown. So this is going to be really fun to experience, and just what I've been through this last year.
No more biology tests.
Oh, no, that's the other thing.
No, you're right. Oh, sorry. I got confused.
No, but no more psycho math teacher.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No more psycho math teacher.
And I'm finally going to call it out. She's a psycho because the cap and gown is on my bed.
Nothing to matter now.
Oh, my God. We've been, holding our mouths closed because we don't want, we don't want to be disrespectful, but she is not equipped to teach in a classroom. Just gonna say it out loud. But anyway, we got him through, and we're good to roll. And I'm very excited. The cocktails may happen on a Sunday.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So,
all right.
How's your week?
Pretty good.
Wednesday, but how's your week going?
Well, since last Wednesday, that's our week.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, and by the way, can someone give us a thumbs up if we have good sound? Or
Holly.
Say we have good sound, something like that.
Hi, Joanne.
Because I can't check it right now.
Joanne ran a full intervention for me this morning just by simply saying, I know exactly what you're saying. That helped. So
yeah, that's nice. That is helpful. Well, I was punched in the eye. See? Can you see?
Who
Jake.
What animal punches?
Jake punched me in the eye.
The guy in wheelchair.
Yeah, I know. We were playing, and he just lifted his snout really fast, and my eye happened to be in the way. So he felt really, really bad. But
did he?
I mean, finally, the hold on, I got something in the other eye. Okay, so finally the swelling has gone down, but it's still it's still a little puffy, but it's all purplish.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
you can ask Mariana. Fun. You're just trying to look like my husband and make me feel at home because he had a retinal tear.
Oh, right. Ooh.
And had a procedure, and then that evening of the procedure, day after, we went to lunch or to dinner with Mariana and her husband, and
yeah, that
I went out with the Jolly Roger.
I mean, the dinner sounds fun, but not.
God, I almost just dumped my light. Yeah, I went out with a pirate that night. He looked he kind of like you.
What else has been going on? I've been working a lot on my book. I made a lot of progress on the novel. It's taken a little bit of a turn.
No.
And I was having trouble seeing how these story arcs fit together. Mm-hmm. And then this week it's just all coming together. The leaky eye.
Yeah, I mean, he was tearing up. Yeah. He was very emotional.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's been fun, and I've been sketching some stuff in my notebook, just some concept stuff, and that's been fun. Really stretching my creative brain. I haven't really embarked on a project like this in a while, and I've never written a novel. So it's an exciting process, and I don't know if I told you about that app I'm using. It's called Just Press Record. Hi, Brandy. But it records you, and then it'll transcribe it, and it does a really good job. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than Siri.
Oh
and
my gosh,
you can just you can pause it and then continue it. And I mean, I went on for 3 minutes just telling the story, like the chapter, and then press transcribe, and it was like.
You just changed my life. So please put the app in the comments.
I will.
Because I've been blogging, and there are moments where I'm like, this is such a blog entry. And then my life, whatever. Although my phone is acting like an asshole, I don't know if any of you guys have this, where you go to use talk text and you press the little microphone and it just goes, no. No. And like the mic isn't working. Siri isn't working. If I use Facebook Messenger, I can't do the voice bubble. The only voice bubbles that work are Snapchat, but only on the sending, not on the receiving, which could be a blessing. It means I can't listen to any of your guys' voice recordings on Snapchat either, because it does the reverse.
You got problems.
You press play and it goes 1 second. You press play and it goes 1 second. Losing my mind. I think maybe my phone's getting mad how much crap I have on there, because I have a 256 gig and a lot of it is used. Yeah, I know it's
might be time for a backup, purge, reinstall, start from scratch.
Yeah, and you can help me with that because tech.
Yeah, that'll be
the bane
fun.
Of my existence right now.
Reinstalling software is so.
I just need to come visit, hole up with you for like 5 days, and you help me solve all my tech problems, because I'm a mess.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. Okay, we'll schedule that. We'll need to have some emergency contacts ready for bail money.
Good.
But I think we can arrange that. In fact, if you want to sponsor Adam and Danica's bail money, just send us a message. We can arrange that. Your name could be right here at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, in fact, we both have our Facebook set up, so just send cash anytime.
Exactly. Messenger works.
So let's see what happened this weekend. What was my weekend? Here's my weekend. cleaning. I swear I say it every week, but I turned such a huge corner in purging, cleaning, getting organized. And I recognized something this week, that I tie my feelings of success, like a successful week and being successful, based on the cleanliness of my space. And I don't just mean like cleaning, like, you know, cleaning a toilet. I mean just being like organized and everything in its place. And God, I use my hands a lot. I can see myself, and then I can see us on Facebook over here with a 9-second delay. And I'm like, yeah, anyway. So that is something I really recognize this weekend, and actually in therapy. So let's
Mariana makes a good point that we don't need bail money because you can negotiate our way out of anything.
So Mariana's husband is a lawyer, and I got the nice compliment of him saying she would have been a great litigator, which is what I went to school for, because I love it.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just not my zone. So I use it on people like psycho math teachers.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you and I have both been in this goo phase. We've been talking about that, and we're sprouting. We're emerging.
We are emerging, and to then throw us into another science metaphor. I'm really bad with the parts of speech or things. I love it. Your data this month has reached, this is what my phone has reached, 16.5 gigabytes. And if you go over 22 this month, you're going to have slower load time. I wouldn't be at 16.5 gigs of data if my house Wi-Fi wouldn't be so shitty. Okay, just had to rant that out. And I just let the profanity fly now, apparently.
Yeah, whatever.
So we have been in goo. I have discovered I love the goo phase. Re-entry is a bitch.
Yeah, man. Whew. Yeah, and to draw that space analogy, you know, when you're up in low Earth orbit, man, things are easy. I mean, you don't realize the toll that it's taking because you are digesting yourself and forming into something else. But it just kind of, you know, once you start to emerge, it's kind of comfy in that goo phase. Yeah. Or inside that chrysalis. But you've got to chew your way out, or that bitch. And you've got to, like, for space, you've got to re-enter the atmosphere in a ball of flame. And that's kind of what's happening to me.
Yeah, and then I, like, started to emerge out of the goo yesterday, or emerged, if we want to shorten that. And there was a woodpecker, like, waiting on the tree to just peck my ass. And that woodpecker came in the form of technology, web development stuff that is just not in my skill sets. You know, that and bow hunting and like knitting. These things I'm not good at. And so as soon as my wing, I just wanted to go straight back into the goose. So yeah. I feel a little better about it this morning. I made a couple pasta salads and a batch of muffins, and and now I'm here with you fine people. Yes. And Joanne pet my head and told me I wasn't alone, although I kind of am because she's a tech genius. I'll be better now.
We can fix that problem. I'm not worried about it. We can fix it.
We can fix it. I'm very technically challenged.
Oh, I want to say Happy Pride Month. Yeah.
Happy Pride Month. Here's my jazz hands for Pride Month. Love it.
Yeah, you know, I've never been to Houston Pride. I've lived here for 8 years and I've never been.
Why not?
Well, there's always been a reason. Like the first 2 years I was out of town traveling for work. And then I got sick. And then now I mean I could go, but I just I'm not. First of all, I know, and that's what's gonna push me to try to go this year. But here's the thing. Number one, I hate parades.
You hate what?
Parades.
Oh, yeah.
I hate them. Now
it's sort of like clowns.
Let the hate mail come. Let it come, because isn't everyone supposed to love a parade? I hate parades. I think they are
sending hearts to our podcast.
Boring. Oh, good. Parades are so boring. Yeah. So boring.
Well, what if you're in the parade?
Well, then goody for you, but I don't want to watch it. I don't want to sit on the side and watch your float go by and then wait for 15 minutes for the next float to go by. And now, especially, well, I haven't been to Pride in Houston, so I can't speak for that one. But I did live in San Francisco for 10 years. And so I've seen, you know, what some consider the Pride Parade, right? Mm-hmm. But it's all, yeah, there are cute boys, Brandy, but they're all on the float for Bank of America. Or...
Yeah, and once you're married, cute boys, I mean, even if it was a parade of straight cute boys, okay.
Yeah, send me some pictures, yeah, but I don't, yeah. But I do want to go, at least to the festival. They have a festival part. Maybe I'll skip the parade and just go to the festival. And use the spectacles, because I think that would be awesome. And also...
I think you should find your way on a float. And spectacle.
I don't know that I would be okay on a float. Too much.
Oh. Yeah, good point.
If I was in like an anti-gravity chair or something.
I mean, you're a floater.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, no, there's nothing to stop me from just wheeling my chair out and joining the parade, right?
Yeah. You hate, Mariana, yeah, sure. I hate them too, but she would have been there with bells on in Windsor, waving the royal cup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, parades. I'm not. But
I do want to go to Pride, in spite of the parade, because I want to meet people. I need to meet some people here in Houston.
There you go.
Where are all my people? So, and they're all out, and I'm all at home.
You know?
Yeah, because I realize that they're not going to come to my house until I've met them. I've been waiting. No one's showing up. So I got to go out and like meet the people, and then they might come to me later. So.
Yeah, that's good. I like that, because, you know, and what we're saying too is not just necessarily somebody who is gay or lesbian.
Oh, totally.
But people who support the Pride Parade.
Yeah.
You know, people who are like open-minded and understanding that.
I don't care. Let's have a party.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I like that too. That's a good point.
I also have Social Media Day is coming up at the end of June here in Houston.
No people that are going.
I will be there. Spectacles on. I'll be the guy in a wheelchair wearing the spectacles.
Easy to spot.
Yeah. Come say hi. Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
I wish I was coming, but it's just horrible timing. I've got graduation, birthdays, Father's Day. It's horrible timing. June is just horrible timing. So, and
that would be cool,
some other things happening that are already slotted into the calendar. So it just doesn't, I can't.
Yeah. I've missed the no hate campaign shots just like.
What's that?
Several times. And Mariana wants the no hate campaign to come have a photo shoot in Michigan. They were here in Houston, but I couldn't get there in time. So
I haven't seen that in a while, honestly.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
I haven't either.
Any marketing for that? So is that still a thing? Are they still running that actively?
I don't know. I think so, but I'm not sure. I think I follow them on Instagram.
Now that 8 went down, I don't know if the no hate with the 8 is still a thing, but it should be, because it's not the only community that feels that way. But anyway,
right.
Let me just take my Cillin pill while I sit here. I need movement.
Mariana says it's still a thing.
Okay, good.
Now, how about workouts? You've been doing pretty good with that, huh? No?
Awesome. Until yesterday. I didn't work out yesterday and really wanted to, but some things intervened or whatever. And yesterday was the first day where I kind of let the intervention happen. So I will be working out today, which is why I'm in workout gear currently, because if I put it on, then it's like something I have to accomplish before the day is over.
Yep.
That's going to be a later workout, but it's been really good. I've, it also encourages my binging habit because I watch shows while I work out on the machine. I always do this when I say the machine because it's the arm handles and they have the heart rate monitor on them. So whenever I say workout, it's like my own personal sign language. But it's been really good, and I've binged through several shows. But here's the funny story about the current show that I'm on. So I went to Netflix to find something to watch because I had been binging things that are on channels, and then there's commercials. So So anyways, I found a show, and it's called, what is it, Money Heist or something like that? And I was really excited when it started. I'm like, this is interesting. It's like this big bank heist. It's actually... They've infiltrated the mint in Spain, and it's told from the perspective of the robbers. So I'm watching it the first day, and I'm working out hard. So like I've got an eye on it, but I'm not paying attention to every detail. It wasn't until like the second or third day when I was doing something else and it was on my phone that I noticed their mouths weren't moving to the words. And it's a foreign show with voiceover. And I'm invested in the characters now. And the show is good. The script is good. But I'm so annoyed by the voiceover. It's all I can focus on. And there's a couple voices that I swear I've heard in audiobooks before where it's like the professional voiceover guy.
And then that's distracting too.
It's distracting me because I'm like, there's this one guy who's got a big beard, and there was a scene where he was screaming at someone, and the voice was like kind of calm. And I want somebody to kill that guy just so I don't have to hear that crap voiceover. And one of the robbers, too. Her voiceover, whoever's doing that, it's just horrible. But what I love is it clearly, I'm guessing, must be a Spanish show or something. I'm guessing. Or maybe it's just because they're in Spain. I don't know. But all the names have like this big rolling R sound. And yet that when they're speaking, they're,
do you prefer subtitles?
Yes, if I'm stationary. I mean,
right.
I wouldn't be able to. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to obviously work out. But here's a thing that answers that question. I want somebody to kill the guy. I do. I'm like, well, he's annoying anyway, so I'm like, kill him. I'm getting loud. Sorry, I do that.
Calm down.
Right now I'm like, Adam, she's loud and you're quiet. It's actually not the audio.
She's screaming.
It's Danica. Okay, sorry. I'm excited. Somebody pulled me out of the goo yesterday, so I'm, shh. So anyways, the books, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series are Swedish. It's a Swedish book series.
Yes.
Then the author passed away.
Yes.
They made the Swedish films.
Yes.
A year or two before the American Hollywood version.
Right.
And so the English speaking, but the American Hollywood. I so prefer the Swedish films.
Me too.
So if you read those books, you too, if you read those books and liked them, even if you've seen the Hollywood version, the Swedish, the cast I liked better. That's
interesting that you brought this up because I remember thinking a lot about that when I saw the Hollywood remake of that movie because I was really excited for that. Because I had so much enjoyed the books and I had so much enjoyed the film. But I was excited to hear it in English so that I wouldn't, I could pay more attention to other parts. But it was just so, like, the culture part of it was just kind of stripped away. It was very Americanized.
And certain characters, like Robin Wright played a character in the Hollywood version, and they downplayed her whole thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I remember this because my movie memory isn't always the best, but I remember, like, I think her name was even Erica, and somehow I remember that. Well, it's 3 books, 3 films, and then the American version. But I was just like, like you miss the nuance of the whole thing.
The thrill. All the thrill and all that because what I realize is all of that is that's a sub story that depends on the culture.
Yeah.
And the whole culture of especially that part of Sweden where it occurred is just so unlike what we have here, which makes the story change. If you try to make it fit American culture, it changes subtle dynamics in the story that just kind of kill it for me.
Yeah, it wasn't. And the movie, if you hadn't read the books and if you hadn't watched the Swedish films, you probably think it's fantastic because it was really well done.
Good.
The acting was
great.
Was
good. It just wasn't
not nearly
as good.
Yeah. So yeah, I highly recommend if you haven't seen the Swedish films, see them. But here's 2 other things. The reason I was excited for the Hollywood version is because my husband and sons do not appreciate subtitles, and so that was kind of like a bummer that I didn't like it as much.
Scott finds it as too distracting as well.
Did you do this, or have you ever noticed that you do this, or does anyone else do this? I turn volume up really loud, even though I can't understand the language, because I want the music and the sound and everything. So I would be sitting there at midnight, by myself watching the films because no one else was going to watch them with me around here, and I would have it was so loud. I was like, I wish I'd seen them in the theater, but I saw them at home.
Well, I've been taking up my Spanish lessons again.
You have? I'm jealous.
And I'm trying to do that every day. I have 3 things I'm going to try to do every day.
Gosh.
Write, Spanish, and exercise.
Sweet.
All right. So I did a lot of Spanish study before, so I'm not starting from scratch. So it's coming back to me pretty quickly, and it's enough where I can understand more than I can speak. Right? So we watched the 70s show in Spanish. Yeah. We turned the audio to Spanish. I forgot how funny that show was and how young they were.
Oh, I know.
Oh my god.
I didn't watch the show, but I've seen enough clips. They're babies.
Ashton Kutcher is just like a little cute little baby. So that's been interesting. Scott, I put on something else. It was like one of the Star Trek Voyager or something in Spanish, and Scott was like, "What are you watching?"
Shocker.
Oh, we tried to watch Quantico. Oh my god, in Spanish. No, way too much. Way too much information. Way too much. We need something like slow and dumb. That's why we're like 70 show.
Oh, man, I wish I had taken Spanish as much, because French is serving me really well right now. But, I took French. And because I didn't like the sound of Spanish, I actually like it better now. When I was younger, I didn't like the sound of it. And I definitely didn't like the sound of German. Sorry to all my German speakers, but those were our 3 choices, or all my German friends. But I loved the sound of French, and it's really serving me well. I need to go spend more time in Montreal, but yeah.
That reminds me of another app, Jewel, that I stumbled across. It's called, wait, let me look at my phone. I translate Converse.
Oh.
And it translates. So like you pick what language you want. Like I'm translating between Spanish and English, so I can speak either Spanish or English and it will give me the other one. So for example, hi Danica, welcome to What's Up Wednesday.
This better work.
Hola Danica, bienvenido a lo que pasa el miércoles.
You are one sexy woman, Adam. That's so
Hola Danica, ¿cómo estás?
Hi Janet, how are you?
Okay, well, yeah.
F you, Janet.
Who the fuck is Janet?
¿Quién coño es Janet?
¿Quién coño es Janet?
Oh my god, nobody ever gets my name right.
I know, right? That's I'm gonna have to teach her. Danica.
Already now.
Okay. Well, anyway, I Translate Converse is not a sponsor of this show. This is not a paid. but
yeah, but put that up down below too.
We could make that happen, but I'll put the name of that there too. I think I can link to the App Store somehow. I don't know.
English is your second language.
I'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah. That was beautiful, the first one. And she said Danica. So
Danica.
Yeah.
So that's going to really help me on my Uber rides.
Not so much here. Yeah.
But it's got 32 languages.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. I have it set to Mexico Spanish, but there's Spanish. There's French and German and Italian and
so there's like a difference between like Latin American Spanish and the Spanish. At least different sounds. Same with France, like Canadian French and French. I mean, obviously they understand each other, but there are some.
It's the same. It's the same deal. Even between different countries in South America, there's enough of a difference to cause confusion sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. And then Brazil's in there with its Portuguese. I learned French from a teacher from Kentucky, and so when I got to college, they're like, "There's this weird sound in your accent." I'm like, "Awesome." Not my fault. Pardon. But yeah, so I had to work on that a little bit.
All right. Well, that's our time, Danica. That went by fast.
I know, but I mean, are you done?
I'm not done. I was gonna give myself a C- for working out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
had some health issues this past week. It was migraines.
So if we count the last 7 days, I like to work out 5 of the 7, and I worked out 4, so that sucks. But not so bad.
But I mean, I'm still making some progress.
I will leave my progress to the imagination.
Yeah, well, I'm not showing you anything from here down.
Yeah, me either. Nope, me either.
Oh, what about all these earthquakes and volcanoes?
Huh?
What about all these earthquakes and volcanoes?
How about that? And I was really bummed about Kate Spade because I tell you,
another person lost to depression.
It is wicked. So, you lost another pound, Brandy.
Good job, Brandy.
I gotta get losing. I'm putting on muscle, and my scale's like.
I haven't weighed myself.
You want to see that
lately.
Again? Too bad.
Yeah, I haven't weighed myself lately, but that's on purpose because I actually want to be consistently on my program for at least 2 weeks before I start placing any benchmarks.
Yeah, give yourself some time. So,
yeah, no,
Mariana tried to... Huh?
Oh, I was just going to go back to Kate Spade, that whole situation. I mean, again, it just reminds us that we need to be on the lookout for each other and have each other's backs, because...
And not make assumptions.
Yes, exactly.
You know, if your personal struggle is finances or failure, success, you know, business success or failure is your big stressor that you feel attributes to your depression, that may not be the thing, or your perception of someone else's success may not be what it really is behind closed doors and closed foreheads, because we don't know what's going on inside people's heads. And
that's
that is
usually especially the case with people who struggle with depression. I know I do that. I mean, if I'm really down and like under that grip, but I have to go out in public, I can fake it pretty good for a while. And I can fake it long enough for people not to be concerned. And then I go home and then I'm wallowing in whatever, you know, and, you know, luckily I have a good support system, but it can happen to anyone. It does not discriminate, for sure.
And getting help or taking meds or, you know, talking to someone. That's why I put out on Snapchat when I first started seeing my therapist, I put it out there.
And I love that you do that.
Because
there's no shame in that. It's the same as...
no shame in it.
It's like going to physical therapy if you have an injured shoulder. It's the same thing. It's a health situation.
Yeah, and for me, I'm blessed. I haven't experienced high anxiety. I haven't experienced depression. But I'm my own worst enemy in my head. I attack. Like, those of you that know me well know that I have a very strong side, and if you are my friend, I will be like super blunt. Well, if anybody knew the levels of bluntness that go on inside my head, and so I needed an outlet to figure out where I was stuck, and I didn't even have an idea I was as hard on myself as I was. And in my first session, the amazing psychologist I found said, well, I pretty much know why you're stuck, because you have a really rough negative voice and you have to learn how to tame the beast. So that was huge for me. Yeah. And it
often takes a third party to help you realize that. I mean, even your best friends who want the best for you, they are not seeing you through an objective lens either. So you need... I think that therapy should be included as a basic the basic part of our healthcare. I think everyone should have even if it's just like a weekly 15-minute appointment just to check in, how you doing, what you because that would help solve a lot of problems, I believe. Yeah, a lot of people are feeling isolated, and they don't know how to get help, even if they felt like they needed help.
Right. I mean, it's easy for me to say to you, to my husband, to my group of friends, I failed as a parent this week. And because they know my kids or they see our normal interaction, which I have an amazing interaction with my kids, I have an unbelievably ridiculous relationship with my boys, that doesn't, they're like, no. But when I go into her, she doesn't know my kids except other than what I've told her. And she will say to me, well, what happened? And then I get that objective perspective. Okay, well, let's figure out like a way to get out of this or figure out what happens. And she also, when she then says, I think you actually handled that in the right way, it makes me feel like she's not placating me.
Yeah.
Because she also can say to me, yeah, that wasn't the best way to handle it. So when you remove that personal connection out of it. You talk to an objective person, it makes all the difference. And it also makes me feel good when she's like, because I see her on a bi-weekly basis, and so I don't see her every week, but there have been times where I've gone in with a huge issue, something that's happening, and I'm
emergency session.
I need your advice. And she's like, let's see you next week. Because she doesn't want me to go 2 weeks and feel like I can't get stuff off my chest. So it's been really amazing. So
good.
I encourage people to seek help. And it doesn't make you, I mean, I pride myself on being tough. And it doesn't make you a weak person to have that
actually,
objective
the opposite,
opinion.
because you are making yourself vulnerable to the core, and that takes courage.
Yeah. And I blubber.
Oh yeah,
I get in there. I go in and just talk about happy stuff, and I start crying. I'm a mess. She's got like 3 Kleenex boxes in vicinity of where I sit, so apparently I'm not the only one, but. When I see the wastebaskets empty, I'm like, I'm crying anyway. I'm a crier, though. I get teary-eyed just talking about things. Like, I'm an emotional
I cry when I get angry.
Good for you, Brandy. Not the argument with yourself part.
Yeah, but the getting better every day part. Yeah,
but it gets better every day, and it does. And Brandy and I actually did talk this last week about getting through some of our stuff that we need to put away and move on from, and labeling yourself. I mean, and that's the thing, because it's really hard. As much as we say don't label other people, we so easily label ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, guys, remember I said thank you to Brandy for helping me through the week. This is the Brandy. Yeah. So get to know Brandy, because she is amazing.
She did, Paul. Yeah, you did. And I loved it, because we had a great talk. We did. It was very vulnerable and open, and we were...
She understands the goo.
Yeah. Yep. Everybody, I can't tell you how many people I talked about that after last week's show.
Me too.
That was last week, right?
Yeah. Well, we've talked about it for the last 2 weeks, because it's been that we've still been in that process. First of all, we recognized what it was. Then we tried to deal with it, and now we're finally chewing ourselves out of the chrysalis.
Oh my God, I noticed so many things. And when I went in to actually talk to my therapist on Friday, I said, I had like in the moment epiphanies, like, oh my gosh. Here, I'm going to say this out loud. This is a very short sentence of one huge thing that I noticed. I don't know if you remember, but I have a couple friends that do remember, and my therapist remembers. I said that I wish I could just pause my whole life except for work and escape to a cabin somewhere where I could just work for like 2 months. But nothing else goes on, because I have FOMO. Nothing else goes on here, but I could just focus on just work. And I said that like 500 times last year. Okay, talk about pausing the wrong thing. What I needed to pause was everything else and live in this. Yeah. Like, I needed to pause the work and be here. I like totally had it backwards. I figured that out in session last week. I was like, oh my God, I was desiring to pause the wrong thing.
Yeah.
It was a pretty profound moment for me Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. It was similar for me too, because I realized I was trying to fit myself. I was trying to force myself into a path that was going to lead me somewhere I wanted to go. Mm-hmm. And I still want to go there, but I finally realized I don't have to force myself into this path. I can just make my own path.
That is the beauty of the goo, man. I tell ya.
Yeah. And man, am I going to be a beautiful damn butterfly.
Just watch out for that damn woodpecker.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
Well, all right. We went over.
Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. I've loved the comments.
Yeah, me too. My mom is a shrink, and while you can't treat family, I always double. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an awesome resource. Mom plus
a therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, if there are topics, remember, if there are topics you want us to talk about, let us know. Otherwise, we're just going to blab about whatever we want, just like we do every other week.
Yeah, we have no idea what we're planning.
Yeah. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you next week. Bye.